Hey guys, Josh here. I wanted to really highlight a very good CT side defense and a very good sleight of hand from Animus Victoria. Essentially, this round comes down to a very good B defense and a very good heads-up play from Gump in particular. And let's just go through a bit by bit on how it's occurred and how it was really set up. Now you can see early on the mini-map at the top left here as well, there's a lot of smokes going to this way, and the AWP Triplus is going to set up here. And we're going to check out from Triplus's POV that he can see a little gap in middle. As you can see here, Triplus lines up to the AWP, doesn't see anything, the smokes are up. But you can see here, he can see what's below him by just jumping up over and over again. It doesn't have much impact on the round. It allows Gump to just throw a few nades to check if anyone's down here. I think this is a very smart Molotov from Gump. He waits a couple seconds before throwing a Molotov to unders, which is really good there for Gump, because he suspects that Cairo and Soon, which do eventually go through here, will pop to unders and will stop the middle take from being taken very quickly. Obviously, as you can see here, Animus Victoria from the smokes and utility, Triplus withdraws, moves elsewhere, and Gump just basically stays back in. Probably a risky move here from Gump is Gump does throw a flash, I believe, and tries to pop out, but the smoke's not there. And essentially from this, Animus Victoria can't really do anything. Mindfreak have just got mid control, and pretty much now the map split in half other than window. Now, I gotta give Gump a lot of credit here in particular, is that Gump being the middle player, being now the rotator player, given that Triplus has gone towards Ticket, he does something quite genius here as well. Is that Gump moves back to jungle, the only area that he defends, and he also sees this smoke being thrown in as well. Now, as you can see the angle of that smoke, you can see that the angle has been thrown up to the top and put down here, which Gump is going to indicate being like, hey, hang on, they must be right on the window if they are doing this. So Gump, what Gump does, he stands by the smoke. He does hear HE being thrown by Kobe, but he can't hit a damage, of course, as well. But he might be able to hit a slight jump as well, but I don't think he can. But what Gump does in particular, he sits at window. Now, since none of his players at A, who are playing for like setup in particular, so Triplus down here, Foggers can hear anything popping out of Palace, and no one coming out of Connector since Gump can hear it as well, they're going to ascertain there has to be a B execute. Because if Triplus hasn't seen anything, Foggers hasn't heard anything, Gump hasn't heard anything, it's most likely going to be a B exie. Now, the second thing as well of Gump is very smart. He saw that smoke coming up from window before. He is suspecting that there's going to be a player right here, where Zuna is. Because this will control any rotations coming out of A. So Gump, 20 million IQ here. Now, you can see here from the other end, from Mindfreak, they're about to execute. Void, he's doing a typical jump spot. So you can see Void, he already sees, I think he sees one in particular. We've got to be very slow here because a lot does happen in this instance. So Void, he sees one, he's going to immediately go into defense mode. And now this is where the genius really sets in. Is that the execute's coming in, smokes are being exchanged. Gump is aware that someone could be here. He sees the tip of the barrel, misses the first shot due to being juked by the AK. Finishes off Zune. Zune is completely unaware of what happened to him. So Gump, very smart play. Now here comes the execute in particular. Now here comes the brilliance of Void. So Void's got the spot. Now what Void does is that instead of moving to like down here instead for a bench defense, due to having no smoke, this is a more heads up play from Void. So Void realized he doesn't have a smoke grenade because he just threw it and they're pushing through it anyway. So what I was told from Foggers is that Void decided to do the sleight of hand instead, where he goes along the edges and has Kobe, and then he pretends to be that second short player tucked in here, and Kobe pretends to be the short player as a bit of sleight of hand. So basically, Kobe starts firing, starts doing a bit of damage, and look what Kobe does in particular after he gets that kill. He angles off to the side, okay? He angles it off to this side in particular, so he moves to here. So this is a big sleight of hand. So now these guys are thinking that this area is free because Kobe's moved off the angle, unaware that Void is actually still here and ready to go. So now this switches over to Void. So now Cairo thinks it's free. Void will get a free kill here. So not only have they got a 1 kill from Kobe, 1 kill for Gump that was untradeable, they're also going to get a 3rd kill from Void that is untradeable. So basically, Animus Victoria have got 3 for basically nothing. Now they're trying to take out Void. Void does get a 2nd kill as well. Gump rotates after getting his mid kill. Gump goes through the murder hole and switches over here. Reinforces the site. Mindfreak can't do anything. Swerves is the last player standing. He can't do too much. He does take care of Void. Void swings out, but he's on 2 HP. He can't do much. Gump or Kobe will finish him off, and that will end the round. And I've got to say, that's a very, very good defense in particular. It completely vaporizes Mind Freak's B setup in particular. Which is basically Gump realizing that the smoke was going to be here. A players communicating with Tripods and Foggers realized it's going to be A execute since nothing was happening in A. No grenades, no nothing, no contact. So Gump knew there had to be a player guarding this rotate here or in ladder room. So Gump takes out this angle and takes out the player here. Void, great sleight of hand by sneaking in through down here, and Kobe playing it off so well by going off the angle to think Karo's got a free drop onto the site. And also, after Gump gets his kill here, Gump quickly rotates around to provide reinforcement just in case Swerzen made it past both Kobe and Void in the end. But I felt this was a really, really good set piece for the B-side defense by Animus Victorious. And, you know, I'm going to say overall, great 300 IQ from both Gump and Void to make this very, very clean round happen. I hope you guys have a nice day and hope you guys learned something from this.